Hello everyone, Eden Crafters just got a new update, introducing a whole new planet. So let's start on this new one, and it is Nova Terra. This one does have a bit more story than the rest, I'd say. Nova Terra was the very first planet where humans wanted to do interplanetary, or want to set up interplanetary settlements. This was decades ago in the game, but it failed due to something. We're not sure what. I'm guessing we're gonna find out on the planet though. So when fail, try again. The Nova Terra was very similar to Earth, which is why they chose it. And unlike a lot of other planets, there should be a bunch of structures around. Ow. Okay, well, we're immediately getting fucked. Return to your ship. We're kind of chilling here, I guess. We're getting a couple materials. This isn't going to help us out, though, in an extreme winter condition. You'll need to find a safe place. I'm guessing that means go over there. Alright, let's rush for it. I'm hoping this is actually safe space. It doesn't look particularly warm in here. Alright, hopefully it is in here. It seems to be warmer. Alright, let's see what's in here. Some belts, some wheels. More rubber. Oh, some food, though. We cannot work with the ruined workbench, sadly. Even though there is an option to press E on it. Oh, written note. Earth stopped answering 2 days ago. At first, we thought it was a relay malfunction. Then we ran diagnostics. It's not us. The particles interfering with the high-frequency comms. We're isolated now. We can't even send a warning. Okay, so... Not how I thought it would sit down. Also, another problem. I cannot get up. There we go. Okay, so there was a particle. So they probably found something, and that is flipping breaking the communications. But they were trying to warn Earth about something. What is this, a teleport pod? Name this place. Outpost Sector 3. Select destination. Okay. So let's call this Outpost Sector... Yeah, I'll just keep the name like that, just in case that ever comes up. I'll just say that this is spawn. So low power. We need some power, and then we can teleport the heck out of here. Oh, that's actually also our objective. Interesting. Alright, we need to go out. Ruined turbine. I forgot how we could dismantle things. It's X. Okay, can we just... Yeah, we can destroy it. Okay, good. Let's destroy 2 of these. Then we get the supplies for it, which hopefully means we can also build it. Yes. Let's place them back. But we have to build 3 wind turbines. Of course we would. Oh, we can actually do that. Wow. From all the other stuff we found. Okay, use the teleporter to get into a safer location. Let's hope it's actually safe. Okay, we got teleported into the floor. Never mind, it's slowly transforming. Okay, where the heck are we? Got another note here from the same guy. We gave him a final call. He didn't answer. And Atolls is not coming. He said something about destiny, about redemption. I think he knew we'd leave him behind. I think he wanted it. Well, okay. I was gonna say, wow, this looks so nice and luscious green, but then I realized this is water. It isn't a grassy field. Damn. Alright, let's see. We got a bunch of old stuff about... Do we actually have oxygen in here? Oh, yeah, we do. I was wondering why we weren't dying. Alright, let's go to have a little look around before I start really doing anything. There is another large building up on the hillside here. Let's go check this out real quick. Okay, this just goes into a cave. Huge copper deposit. There's some diamonds here. Alright, there's nothing else here, so... I'm not 100% sure why this is constructed like so. I can see some more stuff in the distance as well. There's a container there too. See if we can get the supplies from this container and then start setting up a basic factory around here. Alright, just has quartz, some iron plates, a couple things to get us started. Alright, first steps have been completed. New objective is to build a base. Okay, we're coming into a fun stopping part here. We need one more cable. However, in order to get that, we need to get copper bars, which we don't have. Actually, never mind. We can make those. It has been a little while, so I'm a little rusty at the start here. I thought we needed to smelter per se, but I guess we don't. I suppose it's good. Alright, it says first base steps done. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to drill some stuff, but I wanted to start with the rock, though. Because of anything, rocks are easy to get, but they're kind of annoying because you would have to destroy the floor for them. This way, we don't really need to destroy the floor. I also saw an iron deposit somewhere around. The salt. Where the hell did it go? Over there. Put this on there. So now we're automatically producing iron. We'll be upgrading this momentarily. Looks like we are going to need a lot more power though to get everything running. Now, which is interesting because we don't have that much. So what does it all need to power? It might try to power up that machine as well. The water purifier. So don't worry, we'll be fixing all this later. It is ruined though, it shouldn't be doing anything. Unless it also powers up this pod right here. And that could be what it's actually doing. Because we needed a couple for that in order to run. So I guess we can teleport back to that hellscape of a snowy area if we wanted to. This one apartment is so cramped, man. But we are getting into the more basic things. We could technically start automating now with advanced miners. I like how fast that goes. Alright, it also immediately wants us to start working on these. But that is rather iron intensive. Which probably means iron should be the first thing we would automate. I'll say though, smelting is something I definitely want to automate here. We're not even on this planet for that long, but it's already getting kind of old to make ores into bars. Alright, we could technically dismantle this, giving us a couple more items back. Next up, I want to work on the forge before we do conveyors. So we need a couple more iron plates. We'll need those anyway for the conveyors themselves. Alright, then slap that one down. And take the conveyor from there to... not over there, because we're missing one plate. So let's make a couple more plates. And now we should be able to go from the automatic miner to the forge. Have this set to iron ingots. And then is that part of automation done. And once it starts terraforming. I love how quickly that goes. But we're going to need a couple more wind turbines. And let's see, currently, if we can start creating plates as well as rods, that'd be fantastic. We do have these, the part producers. How hard was it to make circuit boards? We need some silica. I think we have that though, yeah. If I can make plates and rods automatically as well, it's gonna save us a bit of time. Funny enough, for that though, we're going to need quite a bit of rods and plates. Alright, there we go. We've got enough for one, but we also need a splitter. The annoying part is that it does cost circuit boards once again. And we don't have many of those. Yeah, so we're going to need one more circuit board at least to start this whole thing. I'd like to find a copper deposit somewhere. I think that's one over there. Yeah, it is. Okay, sweet. We're going to need some more plates. There we go. I doubt that we have... well, we actually do pretty much have all the supplies for the smelter. Except for the cement, surprisingly. But that is pretty easy to come by. Because, you know, we may as well have it auto-smelt. I think that's just gonna save us a lot of time in the long run. And it's all these little things that just pile up later. I'd have this one set to copper. Oh, look at the copper go, it's so fast. Great, because that means we can have more circuit boards. And with all this in hand, we can make 2 part producers. Alright, let's hook up all the iron. You are going to produce plates. And you are going to produce the rods. Alright, I decided to make another part producer. This one's going to create the copper plates. I have noticed that this side is getting a lot more iron than that side. Which is kind of unfortunate, because this is where the rods go. They need less iron than the plates. The plates is going pretty slow still. But alright. We got the basic infrastructure, so now we can work on water purification. I hope that we're going to get warehouses soon, because that's going to make life so much easier. 2 rotors, now we need copper for that. Filters, we need sulfur for that. There was some in the cave, if I remember right. And then iron rods for antennas. Then let's head over to that cave, get some of the sulfur. And I always forget how slow the beginning is of this game. Like every time I restart, basically. Because eventually, you gain so much momentum when you set stuff up. Especially with the warehouses, because you can just access everything from anywhere. Right, I would love to just get all the sulfur from this entire cave, if at all possible. Alright, that's everything we gotta run, and hope that we make it in time. Actually, we do have oxygen bottles, so it's not like it's that big a deal. And actually, let's pop one. That way we know for sure we're making it. We also need some cables, right. That requires regular ingots too. I guess we may as well set up another part producer then for cables. Alright, sweet. We're getting lots of those. Seems like the copper, or seems like the iron plates is starting to back up nicely as well. Yeah, we're getting into his good rhythm right now, where everything is slowly automated. Right, water purifier. Place this bad boy down right there. Let's add another wind turbine to the mix as well, because we're going to need it. Stay at 100%. So this is slowly going to purify the water. We can add a pump to it as well. We need some rotors for that. This isn't going to work optimally anyway yet, so there's technically no rush. Because the pump, it does work faster the cleaner the water is. Yeah, as you can see, it's only 7% pure right now, so it produces like basically nothing. But it wants us to create a greenhouse already. That could be kind of interesting. It uses glass panes. Actually, I think that was just silica. We have a couple of those laying about. We don't have those automated yet, but we would have to be kind of careful. Let's just have that chilling over here. I'll have to redo my hotbar at some point too. But, you know, at the start here, it changes quite a bit anyway. Right, there we go. Vegetation spreader. I do think we need more water for that, so we probably have to put in a one of these, the pipe hubs. So let's do that right now. Wow, we can already make this. Once that is full, the ground will slowly turn into grass here. Some of the other big things is a planet analyzer that we're going to need. It's going to cost a computer, which is 10 of these chips. Yikes. Alright, we're going to need silica. Which, of course, is going to cost us some quartz. However, what I want to do first is place down an antenna on the roof. That way we can scan for deposits. So let's see. The antenna radar. Place that up there. So now, what is going on over here? It's just not done yet. Yeah, there is a quartz deposit right over there. That's pretty damn far. I'm not gonna lie. And then I'm pretty sure it needed a forge, right? Yeah, silica's made in the forge. Place that down right here. That's where we're gonna have to eventually loop it to. Okay, there's another building out there as well. I can't really go too far. Mainly just due to oxygen. There's also something out there. Yeah, this planet has a lot more interesting stuff to, you know, explore. Well, the problem is we might have to go to that building over there because we don't have the oxygen for this. Is this powered from all the way back here? Damn. Quite surprised. Alright, let's hope that we can actually, you know, breathe in this building. Because I just spent all our oxygen bottles. Might not be a smart idea, but that made work a little faster. Okay, good. We can actually breathe back here. Ooh, it comes with goodies. And it goes into a cave. Oh, what's down here? Some copper, some osmium. No big deposits, though. Not that I see. As for a mining place, those buildings are kind of weird. But I guess maybe they just didn't have the tech, like all these machines yet. Yikes. That's gonna cost so much iron. I feel like we probably can't even make it all the way to base. Nope. We can make it very close, though. Right, there we go. Silica is now automated. The grass is starting to grow. That is pretty nice. Is it just very slow, or... Yeah, I think I can see them. It's gonna take a while, man. Well, I'd say, in the meantime, we may as well explore that building over there. I have a compartment on me, or the supplies at least to build one. So we should have infinite oxygen here. Hey, wait a second. It gave us one less cement. I thought it returned everything, but maybe this is their fix for doing this with the infinite oxygen. I wouldn't say glitch, it's more of an exploit, I guess. Seeing as it's in the wall, I'm guessing this is just another cave. Yeah, and even worse than that. Well, besides the fact that I'm stuck. And there's no building here, as I hoped there would be. There's gold. Like, there is stuff here. Oh, an old mining thing for cobalt. That ain't too bad. Meaning this is something we'll probably use ourselves at some point. Well, unless we find a better cobalt spot. Well, I should have brought the oxygen. Not gonna lie. Alright, well, I tried to eat all the food so we could heal through this, but there's no healing through this, man. Blech. And we're dead. Oh, snap. We're back here? I mean, we keep everything. That's good. The thing that isn't good is we're back here. We may have soft-locked ourselves here if we're not careful. Come on, man. I know you're low on energy and stuff, but... Okay, we're very slowly dying, so it is possible to make it. Alright, good. Because that could have turned out a lot worse than it did. Alright, but we should have all the silica in the world now. Which means we can make more circuit boards. And then we can make the computer. We can make the planet analyzer. And that's where the real game kind of begins. It's getting really, really cramped in here. Ah, terraformation complete. Nice. And it also looks to be all our quests done. So let's check this out, right? So where we're currently at, I think is over there. Can we see it on the map? Yeah. So this part right here, it seems to be 100% fine. The islands below us are cold. Off to the side, it's hot. What is this green stuff? Because that's not radiation, because you can see that on the map there. Interesting. I'm not sure what that is. What's our next objective then? Toxic algae. Oh, that's what this must be. Okay, we can also see all our notes from here. So we found we're in note 5 and 6. I'm guessing they're placed in order like this, so that's kind of nice. Don't have to puzzle that together ourselves. All the water on this planet appears to be infected with toxic algae. We'll need to eliminate to make the planet habitable. Yeah, we're going to have to place down a lot of water filters if we want to do that. But this green stuff specifically probably needs to be fixed. So that's our major side project, I suppose. And then over here, these are our main objectives. We need to fertilize 1,000 square meters of land. Then we unlock the visibility of sulfur deposits. The rock deposit scanner. Oh, this actually sounds pretty helpful. You can look for specifically basalt and graphite, or graphene. Yeah, you cannot see those on the map, so those were kind of a pain to find. A large rocks, not so much. The material analyzer is something we'll get. We need that. Yeah, our large rocks are kind of everywhere. Basalt we have in this area too, so... don't really need that per se. We're definitely going to need more of the ground fertilizers, because I'm pretty sure it says ground 50%, but I'm sure it's basically done at this point. I do really want to go for some of these basic quests first, mainly so we can get the storage going with the warehouses. Seems to be the best bet we have. After that, we can reorganize some of the layout here, so it looks a little less messy. And I also want to get the battery upgrade, which we need cobalt for. Should have probably grabbed that from that cave where we died at. But hey, at least we know where to get it. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye everyone.